day. What are you talking about?
No, not every day.
Oh,
All
when you
right.
have 60 gallons of beer, yes, it has to be.
Gotta drink sometime.
Yep.
All right. So, welcome everybody. My name is Ted, otherwise known as Escape Time. You're watching Under the Suds, or listening to it. I am attempting to figure out how to make this into a goddamn podcast. So if you're listening for the first time, and if I decide to actually make this a podcast, this show episode of podcast, welcome. Come join us live on every Wednesday at 8 p.m. right now, basically.
So this could be the first podcast episode.
I don't know how to fucking make a podcast, so I got to figure that out. So
okay.
who knows?
All right.
I'm looking into it. Cuddles, aka Game Case, is gonna help me out. I've already talked to TJ Sutton, another friend of mine from Crit Mode Squad. But anyway,
Shut up.
yes, good man, TJ. Anyway, we'll get into that in a second. But real fast, let's go over some beer rules. As always, we have several beer rules here. First and foremost, no repeat beers. I'm absolutely disastrous when it comes to keeping the list up to date. But when it does get up to date, we make sure that we don't drink the same beers twice. So when it's on there, fantastic. No mega breweries, anything with Budweiser, anything on the label. And I say on the label because, with all the acquisitions that are going on, I kind of want to make sure some of those breweries that have been acquired still make some fabulous fucking beers. And I know that it is a sore spot with people, but I'll get into that in a second as well. Show respect to reviewers, obviously. Everybody has a different opinion, so by all means, drink away and tell us what you think if you think we're wrong, and we'll just tell you that we disagree. It happens, especially if we do disagree. And most importantly, have fun and a pint, and that's pretty much it. But thank God it's Wednesday. Good God, Drew, I am so happy to not be Toaster. Thank you for the host. I do appreciate it, mate. So happy that it's time to drink, and I've needed a drink for a few days, and I've kind of just every once in a while I kind of take a break from drinking. A few days.
What's that like?
I don't know. It's not. It's sometimes painful.
Yeah. I think it's called withdrawals, but we'll go past that.
Yeah, withdrawal. Thank you, Monica. Thank you for the host. Do appreciate that as well. So yeah, I every once in a while I stop because I want to keep my boyish figure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I make shit up as I go along. But yeah, so I try every once in a while. I stop drinking for a few days, and then I hold off until today, and then that signifies that the weekend is happening, and then I can go and drink more, which is fantastic. Because technically this could be considered my weekend. I work from home Thursday and Fridays, so
I'm off tomorrow, so it's my Friday too.
very very good. There you go. And birthday stream on Friday, right?
Woo! That's right.
Oh man. So you said we were just talking about it before we jumped on air, but so what is the plan for the birthday stream?
Birthday stream, I'm going to be doing a extract kit from More Beer, I guess homebrew company.
Okay.
Making their Eskimo amber, their amber ale. I'm going to be brewing kind of like as if I just started out brewing, like the bare minimum you need to become like a home brewer. Sort of using a 5-gallon bucket instead of a carboy. Sort of using cheap hardware tubing to like transfer beer. And if I can find a 2.5-gallon pot, I'll brew in that. But I'll probably be.
You're really gonna go all that? Oh, that's going all out. Hey,
you got to.
All right.
Because a lot of people who haven't homebrewed that want to homebrew don't have a 5-gallon pot.
That's true.
And I think by the direction of the extract kit, it's you boil sort of at half the volume, so it's you double the concentration.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the brew day, you have to add water to it, which is per the instructions of the kit.
Okay.
So it's sort of kind of like what you would do if you just bought a good homebrew kit, not like a Mr. Beer. Here's powder, put water in it, put this powdered hops in it, and then it'll be fine. That's not good homebrew.
No.
But like the proper term or the proper way of sort of at least doing an extract kit where you add hops and you add a yeast.
Right.
So like trying to sort of go back to basics for most people in stream sort of ask me a lot, how do I start brewing? Is it expensive?
Right.
Like what do I need to start brewing?
Yeah, and brewing inside is always a hazard because I mean, especially on like a pot that size,
Yeah.
you know, on your stove, there's always a risk of boilovers, and
Yep.
I always cringe when I see people brewing it on their stoves
Oh God.
because
Yes.
I know that Anne would slaughter me in my sleep
Mhm.
the night after I boiled over a beer in our kitchen. She literally would hang me by my toes and flog me with like I don't know something. So
Yeah, because you're essentially pouring a sugary liquid all over your counter and
Oh,
floor.
it's
It's like the worst thing you can think of.
yeah.
It'll smell great, but the cleanup's gonna suck.
I know I'll lick it off the floor, but
Yeah.
it just you know
Mhm.
she would kill me. We actually had I actually did I ever tell you guys the story about how my cider that exploded?
No.
Okay, so it was Easter a few years ago, right? We were going over to my mom's house. My mom, Anne was just making whatever salad she was making up, ready to go. We were about to just get in the car. It was before we had Owen, like years before we had Owen.
Hmm.
And I had did a cider. I had done a cider earlier on, and I thought it was done fermenting.
Yeah.
And so I put it into a 1 gallon jug after it was done fermenting, and I capped it. And I put it in the refrigerator. Well,
Pop.
these 2 1 gallon jugs were not done fermenting,
No.
and it ended getting up to the point where it built up so much pressure that the thing exploded like a bomb. It literally I heard like this boom
Boom.
in my basement, and Ann and I looked over, was like, what the fuck? But the messed up part was I was just down there in my fridge putting in beer because my cousin was coming over. He was going to crash at our house.
Yep.
And so I was putting in different ciders and stuff like that because she's gluten free. And
Sure.
I was just in the fridge. I shut the door. I was walking up to the from the basement to the to the like kitchen.
Yep.
And that's when it exploded. So my face could have been like right there with all the
Shrapnel.
Holy shit. It blew the door of the refrigerator wide open.
Oh yeah.
Completely open. It was like a bomb went off in there and cut the tops off of cans, cut shattered bottles. And it all flowed over onto the floor.
Beer's got some power to it.
Oh man.
When I worked at a brewery, this was a scary thing because OSHA got involved.
Right.
But so it's a good story. But a brewery in Vermont, not gonna say because I don't want to do any certain no.
Right.
Yeah, But in fermenters, I don't know if you guys seen my fermenter, my big conical in my garage, but the big stainless steel. On the top of some breweries, there are things called like a pressure relief valve.
Right.
When it's also essentially also used as a airlock, but it is looks like a little piston. That inside is a little spring and like almost is a piston essentially, but it's
we were talking about exploding beers.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when pressure builds in certain conical vessels and breweries, they will achieve a certain pressure and then push this little piston up, and then it releases the CO2 and goes back down to zero and drops again.
Right.
The problem with that idea, as opposed to using a hose that goes to a bucket of water where it's constantly open, is that when a beer ferments so intensely, you'll get a thing called krausen, which is like bubbles of like it looks like a head of beer, but it sort of builds and builds and builds. It's big and sticky and gross.
Right.
But it will go into this little piston.
Oh, gets clogged.
And which is fine. It will spray out and clean itself out. But when it's done, it will close, and it's sugar, and it will seal itself closed.
Oh shit.
Yep. And it happened to a brewery in a I think it was something like a 500 to 750 gallon conical.
Oh.
And on a tank that big, there's a thing called a man-away door, which is a door that you can stick your whole body in to go clean inside. Yeah, the way it works is it's a hole inside sort of the side of the conical,
Yeah.
and in order to get
God.
inside, you have to turn this knob and then take this panel and plop it down sideways and pull it out. So there's no way for this door to come out this direction
Oh God.
because the door is wider than the hole itself. So you have all this pressure building up in this conical that this, I think it's a quarter to I think it's a half inch, which is insane, half inch thick piece of steel builds so much pressure it pops through this manway hole, blowing through the hinge, so it's flying across,
Holy shit.
going through not one wall, not two walls, four walls. Luckily, missing a janitor, ripping the vacuum of the speed of the.
Happen right there.
Yes, that's why I didn't say. That's why I didn't say the brewery.
Right.
The door passes just misses the janitor,
Oh God.
tearing his jacket off his back because of the pressure flying by him, and hitting a car in the parking lot. Yes.
When we get offline, you're gonna have to tell me who this was, because I'm just I'm now more morbidly curious. You know, I'm just kind of curious here.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
And that's why it's working at a brewery is considered a hazardous occupation, because kegs can explode as well.
Yeah.
That's a common thing, especially during cleaning, where that's probably the most dangerous job.
Really?
Yep, because inside a Sankey keg, which are the kegs you see at like most bars, that's the big stainless steel ones, or the long logs that are called corny kegs. Yeah. But they have the you know what I'm talking about, with the certain top that has like a ball in it. You push it down, that's how you get beer in and out. But there's a spike that goes down to the bottom that pulls the beer up. A spike. It's a metal tube, but it's a spike in this case when it explodes, because the side of a keg is sort of welded shut
by this thing, and it's a metal tube. So if it impales you, guess what? All that blood's coming right out that thing.
Yep.
It's just like a funnel.
Another brewery that happened to someone while I was working not at the brewery, but happened to a brewery in Maine, I believe.
Oh God.
Because when you're cleaning a keg, you use hot water in a cold keg, and you build excess pressure.
Right.
That's usually how it happens. If someone doesn't purge the pressure within a keg. Yeah, it's a lot of explosions that could happen in a brewery. You can also die from CO2
asphyxiation.
Nailed it. Yeah. Because all the CO2 that's coming out of like hundreds of gallons of or thousands of gallons of beer.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, it's a good time.
You know, I feel like we should drink to our health.
Yeah.
So
I plan to.
Exactly. Here we go. So do you want to go first tonight, or you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, you go first. He's been waiting to crack into this thing. He's like, oh, give me that.
Give me that beer. I want it.
Give me that beer.
We good?
Yeah, we're good. You're live.
I'm live. Oh,
from New York. Yeah. Sorry.
That was my brother.
I'll leave the voices to Myth.
Yeah.
He's the voice actor.
Radio voice. Yeah. All right. The beer I'm trying this week is from Two Roads Brewing Company. The beer is called Too Juicy, as in, actually that could be why it's a double IPA.
Is it really?
Too juicy, opposed to TOO juicy.
But it's still considered New England IPA, right?
It is listed. It is written on the bottle or can as a New England style IPA, gotcha. Not opposed to double IPA. Let's find out what double means. Maybe it's the Two Roads. Probably. Who knows?
Maybe.
It is 8.2, so it almost could be considered double. But anyways, we'll find out when I taste it. Ooh, I can hear myself talk. Hold up.
Echo, 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 echo.
What's going on? Wait a second. Oh, okay. There we go. So, Too Juicy, IPA or New England style IPA. Is the ABV listed? Nope, it's not listed on here either. Alcohol by volume is 8.2.
Yep, nailed it.
Bam. They are a brewery out of. Where are they from? Where are you from?
He came prepared.
I did not come prepared either. Rip, can't find it. Someone look it up real quick, because I don't know. Thank you. Let's crack into it. Whoop. A little overcarbonated. All right, foaming hard. All right. So typical smell of any sort of IPA, you get those sort of mangoey, citrus. I get cat piss. I get
Oh,
that cat
good.
piss smell.
Hooray.
For anyone who knows in chat, cat piss is usually a descriptor of Simcoe hops. Sort of a very strong resiny smell. Um, I get it's mainly it's mainly Simcoe and sort of mangoey pine flavor or scent.
So it says they're out of Connecticut, by the way.
Out of Connecticut. Okay, cool. Shout out Connecticut. Here you go. All right, pour it. Oh God, it's oh no, oh man, I might have just ripped mouse.
Oh no. Thank you for the host, Sammy, by the way.
Alrighty. So it's pretty yellow. Let me see if I can get a better light on this. Whoop. There we go. Kind of that yeah, that nice neon, almost Gatorade color.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the color you see when Steve's been cracking open his last IPAs, or that bright yellow.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely there. It is a little hazy, not as cloudy as most like Vermont English style IPAs. That's kind of what I'm basing my sort of style off of. But yeah, once again, now the can, the smell, I'm kind of lacking in the aroma. Actually, not as strong as it was in the can or other sort of New England style IPAs. I'm getting sort of.
Appreciate it, mate.
I'm getting kind of the mangoey, that Simcoe smell, and a lot of sort of metal smell, which is odd.
Really?
Sort of tinny. I don't know if it's from the can or from packaging or something like that. But okay, completely different than the aroma. A lot different than most sort of Vermont. Once again, what I'm basing my judging off of, New England style IPAs. It's a little thin on the flavor too. I'm not getting that real juicy flavor. It's not like this, when you sort of have a New England style IPA, either from like Trillium too. It's a little sharp, but it's balanced by this like it's pretty thick beer. It's it's usually sweeter, a little juicier. It's the only way I can sort of describe it. Sort of having a hint of like a Sunny D kind of flavor in there.
Ooh.
Yeah, throwback.
Oh man. Go out and
But
play
this
with
doesn't quite have that. It's a bit
the hoop and the stick. Down the street, kick the can.
That's right. Good old kick the can.
Good old kick the can.
Oh, sweet, Sunny D. All right, but I'm too young for that reference.
Oh no.
But it seems a bit watered down in comparison. It's kind of watery. It's not dry. It just seems diluted kind of flavor.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Flavors are good though. Like I don't get any off flavors. I don't get any like diacetyl, so I'm not getting like buttery flavor. I'm not getting oxidation, so I'm not getting like cardboard flavor. I'm not getting a lot of cidery notes or like banana notes from like the yeast going all sorts of crazy. Like if it was too stressed out. So it's a pretty clean beer. It's like, I don't know, they hit all their marks in that sense, but I would like to see something a little more sort of impactful. Since it's at 8.2% alcohol, you would think they have something more there. I'm not getting a whole lot of booziness to it.
That's good.
For feeling so dilute. But I feel like I need to
Drink more? Yeah.
drink more.
Drink more. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it feels like I need to drink more because it feels like there's not enough in there, kind of thing too. It feels like you want it to be a little stronger. The aroma isn't really there. I'm not bashing. Oh, I'm not really bashing it, but it's a good beer. It's solid. It tastes more like. Imagine what your beer actually tastes like, which would be a good segue.
Oh.
It kind of tastes. It kind of tastes like a something closer to a IPL.
Okay.
It's not. It doesn't have much of a deep flavor. I guess that's kind of what I'm looking for. It could use a little bit of more of a caramel note to it. It's very light, which is, I guess, it's good. It's a light beer. But it's almost categorized as closer to a over-hopped cream ale, opposed to
Oh wow.
to almost a hoppy lager kind of thing.
No one's chugging here yet. Crowded kitchen. Maybe for my backup beer, but not
Yeah,
right now. What's up, man?
but man, it feels like it needs to be a little more. It's for being 8.2. You can't taste it, which is good. I mean, or bad, depending on the time, because you might need that kick to slow you down.
Right.
But whatever. But it's a good beer. But comparing it to the powerhouse of New England IPAs in New England, which is Connecticut part of New England, or is that part of the tri-state area?
No, I don't think it's not part of tri-state. I think tri-state is like New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
So I think it should be considered New England.
okay, so they're not wrong. It's an IPA made in New England, but but sort of this typical style guideline of like Trillium, Alchemist, who else makes one? It's brewing in New Hampshire makes a really good one, but sort of that typical very cloudy, sort of juicy IPA that doesn't not dry at all. This isn't dry either. This is just sort of in between. It just tastes like hops, hop bitterness, water opposed to where that drier sweetness would be,
Right.
and then it finishes out more hops. It's just sort of muted in the middle.
Okay. So what would you give it as a rating, though?
As a rating, out of 5 bottle caps, I would give it. I'm gonna give it two ratings. As a beer, standalone, it's a 4. It's a good beer, but as a New England style IPA, I think it's a 2.
Oh.
It kind of missed its mark. It's a cloudy IPA. It's a cloudy pale at best, but the alcohol by volume brings it to like IPA standards.
Okay.
But I don't think the flavor is there.
Hmm.
So let's give it a. What did I say it was as a beer?
4.
Is it 4? Let's go 3 then. Split the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I actually. What price is it? How much did it cost? I guess.
For a 4-pack, it was, I think 13.
That's not too bad.
No, for 8% beer, it's a good price to alcohol ratio.
For a proper pint looking thing, that's not too bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
The bottle cans come in. I think it's a 12er. Yeah.
Crowded kitchen's like, give me some.
I want it.
I don't know if you guys saw on the Instagram, or maybe it's probably on Instagram. I tend to omit or forget about Twitter sometimes. Would never buy. Oh man. Yeah. I wouldn't mind trying it, but I actually I tried a beer from Peak Organic. It's out of Maine, and it's called the Juice, and I was really concerned about it. And even when I talked about it on Instagram, I was kind of concerned because I thought it was going to be another IPA with oranges in it, and I was like, oh fuck it, I don't want this type of thing anymore.
Yeah, right.
So, but I opened it up. It was very comparable to the Pipsqueak Penguin that I had from Trillium, and it's available down here in PA. So. I was pretty happy about that. I went out and bought more because I was extremely stoked about it, because you can't get a lot of New England style IPAs here yet. A lot of them are up, where Drew is, and he's just a lucky guy. So, all right, let me flip the screens here. I'm gonna jump out of there and right here. Adjust the camera because that's what we need to do. All right, so today I am doing a IPL. So both of these styles, by the way, New England IPA just became an official style, right? From the Brewers Association just recognized it as an official style.
Yep.
But IPL is not an official style yet. Jack Abbey's craft lagers. I'm not a lager fan, but I love what you do, Jack Abbey. I heart you in all sorts of ways for your beer. And this is a double IPL for them. And I have to say, I think these guys are the ones who started this whole trend for hoppy lagers, because it is just, I've had a lot of really good beers from them. So let me crack this open. This is a 8% double IPL.
Double IPL. I've never had a double IPL.
Double IPL. They make a bunch of other IPLs, but this one I picked up. It's a 4-pack, and I can't remember the price, so I apologize about that.
Should we start putting that in our like bios of the beer,
We
so we
can.
can have like a price comparison?
Yeah, might not be a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
I've been before I jump into this thing. I mean, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, brewing podcasts and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and so they've inspired me to do other things, which is we'll get to a segment tonight, which you're going to start, and I'll go into that a little bit. But
Nice.
this this is but yeah, they talk about all sorts of stuff like the pricing, which is one reason I have the information here anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I really I you know, we're improving as we go, ladies and gentlemen. We improve
Yeah.
as we go. So, right up front, all I get really is like this malt. I don't get a lot of like hops. There might be a little bit of citrus in there. I can't remember what hops they use. I can look it up real fast. Actually, Drew, if you can look that up for me real fast.
Yep. Yep.
But again, this is they do a ton of lagers. They focus on lagers, Jack Abbey. That's pretty much all they brew. It's always good to do mouse works, by the way.
Yeah, I'm really happy about it.
It's not my first time having this beer. You can tell
Is that Mass Rising?
Mass Rising, yeah.
Okay.
So it has like a straw type color, like a golden color to it. But it's a little hazy. Not bad, not much. I don't think this is unfiltered. It might just be the condensation on my glass, but maybe not. You don't really taste the alcohol on this. It doesn't taste boozy at all. I get like some citrus notes in here, but not much. You know, it's from the nose. The head on it,
No hops listed, but they're listed as American hops, so probably Cascade,
yeah.
Centennial, Chinook, Simcoe. So those are typical four for in the IPA.
I don't taste cat piss.
Good.
So that's good. And you never want your beer to really taste like cat piss. I don't think. Maybe it's just me, but I never really want to taste like cat piss.
Luckily, it doesn't taste like it. Smells like it though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't smell it either. I don't. Yeah, no smelling the cat piss. The closest.
This beer is This beer is also rated best awarded best Bock Strong Lager Pale Ale Lager by Rate Beer, and won gold in other strong lagers under the Great American Beer Festival
Wow.
2013.
Yeah, a rate beer. I think it has like a rating of a 98 on it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really like looking at rate beer. I'm sorry if any rate beer you ever watch this. I really don't like looking at your site, and the only reason is because, from what I hear, people have to pay you to put your shit on there, and that's kind of sucky.
Correct.
So I don't really like looking at your site. I like your ratings. I don't really like what you do. So
Yeah.
sorry.
I second that.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of boozy notes on this if we're 8%. The head kind of dissipated really quickly. Money talks, yeah. Well, I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this to hang out with you guys and drink a beer. So if you're not drinking, get a beer. Drink right now.
We're not paying you. We're paying you to have Anne read that book to us.
Oh, that's right. I'll talk about that in a second too. By the way, if you want to have put my wife on the spot, there's a bar down there. If you want to donate to us, She's going to once we get to $100, she's agreed to read Goodnight Brew. I know I'm totally doing a squirrel moment here, by the way, but
No, I brought it up.
Yeah, it's a Goodnight Brew. It's a parody for beer people. Anyway, if you would like to donate, please do. It's not required, but she hates being on the camera, so it's just to
Make her squirm.
Just to make her squirm. Just to get her on here. You know, she said, "What would she do for it?" And she said $100, and I said, "I'll make it happen." So, make it so. Number one.
Make it so.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like in comparison I remember when I first tasted Dogfish Head 90 Minute. There's that sweetness to it that it just I really loved. You know, not too much bitterness. But again, I still smell like some citrusy notes, which I don't actually get in the flavor of the beer, which is odd. but thankfully it's not boozy. I've said that once already before, but it's very drinkable. Um, I don't know what else to say about it. It's a really damn good beer. And
Mm.
as far as like the IPL series, and like I said, I am not a fan of lagers. I really don't like it. I don't like the aftertaste. But
Hmm.
what Jack Abbey does is fantastic. So if you ever get a chance to have any of their beers, by all means, pick it up, try it out. You have a ton of really great beers. Matter of fact, I think on this list there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7 beers in the top 12 of Indian Pale Lagers on on rate beer. And all in the 90s if you guys like their scoring system. I would definitely give this beer probably a 4 caps out of 5.
Okay.
I really do enjoy it. Again, there's a little bit of multi-character to it that I like.
Hmm.
And it's not it's extremely like harsh to drink. And for a lager, it's pretty decent. So
Okay. And between both our beers, me being an IPA and yours being an IPL,
hmm.
we'll get into later your word of the day, which will help differentiate the two beers.
Yes, it will.
That sort of kind of, because I was thinking about this while you're sort of doing your description and doing mine. Is yours, I would imagine, have a lighter body overall?
Yeah, I mean it's not like an overpowering flavor to it.
Hmm.
You do get some sweetness there, and the hops are very the bitterness is there, but it's not, and it doesn't have that weird. It's the aftertaste of lagers that I hate. You
Sure.
know, it's like I don't know what it is. It's just the aftertaste is what I hate about lagers. But this and everything that Jack Abbey does not have that problem.
What
So
I think you hate about lagers
I drank
is,
them way too much in college.
this is true. That's one reason. But usually your typical lager is made by the beers we don't speak of,
Right.
which use cheaper ingredients than most craft breweries.
Yeah.
So if you ever, well, are you any fan of any sort of craft lager, like plain light lager? Or is it
Well,
sort of, because that will sort of help me differentiate if you don't like the yeast kind of thing?
I
Or is
don't
it the malt character?
I don't know because I avoid them. I avoid them because I don't like the style. Right.
Okay.
So like I don't really go in because even with
So you like Pilsner Urquell?
Pilsners are okay sometimes, right? I
Yep.
don't mind, and I actually have for my backup beer. I have from Vault Brewing Company their Kolsch,
Okay.
and I'm not going to drink
Also a
all of
lager.
this, by the way.
Yep.
But
That
Kolsch,
looks cold as hell. Look at that
it does.
condensation.
It does. This is
Yep.
one of my favorite growlers. This thing is
Mm.
genius.
Those
And I
things are
love this
awesome.
brewery, so they do some fantastic. God damn,
Okay.
it's cold. But the Kolsch just has that buttery taste.
I love
Yeah.
Kolsch's.
Yeah, and that comes from that diacetyl.
Yep.
Yep. So,
Absolutely.
and that's I mean, I actually really don't mind Kolsch's,
Mm.
but
Because I came to
There's something about
realize that
lagers.
your palate, you like malty beers.
I do.
That malt character is your favorite.
But it's changed over the years. It's changed
Yeah.
because when IPAs have went absolutely insane with all the hops, and now every single IPA I've had recently, well, not recently because I've been drinking a lot of Tired Hands, which has been fantastic, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like I gotta drink like a whole fucking thing of water.
Yep.
I don't want to do that. I want to be refreshing.
Yeah.
You know, and actually, this is actually quite refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call this like a lawnmower beer, but you know, I wouldn't mind cracking this open and after digging some holes like I was this weekend. You know,
Yep.
it's a good beer. But no, I do like multi beers. Like, I love English style bitters. You know,
Yep.
those are one of my favorites.
Yep.
You know, but for a while, I've always loved those. But for a while, the IPAs all the way. I was on that bandwagon like it was like nobody else. You know, like give me that IPA, I'll take it.
How do you feel about since we're on the topic of lagers, something like an alt beer?
I actually, one of my favorite beers in the world is the Alaskan Brewing Company Amber Ale, which is
Yep.
actually an alt beer.
Yep, that's Long Trail Ale is a amber ale, which is also a alt beer.
I love it.
Yep.
Love that beer. And
Mm-hmm.
it's so sad I can't get it out here. But we are going to Colorado in August.
Woo.
So I will be August. Oh, look at the calendar. August 2nd, Under the Suds will be live from my in-laws' kitchen.
Nice.
That'd be fun.
That time difference, though.
But you know what? I'm gonna go because we're actually flying in that day.
Okay.
On Wednesday, the 2nd, and then we're flying out on the 9th. So when I get home, we may or may not have an Under the Suds on the 9th of August. We will see. Depends on how time I get home.
Mm-hmm.
How fucking tired I am. I don't remember what time we're coming in.
Oh no.
I think
You land, you gotta drink beer. Oh no.
Oh my god. No, it's not too bad. Like but I'm gonna go and get myself some Odell's while I'm there for the review.
Yeah.
Because
at 6:00, or is it gonna be 10:00?
It'll be 5 p.m.
Okay. Ooh, nice. Oh, even more so.
Well, although we may have to. No, they eat it. We'll see. I got to see how this works.
I got you.
I will be live sometime that night.
Yes.
With Undersides.
I'm down. I can do a late beer. Drink.
We'll figure it out. Regardless of that. All right. So speaking of the lagers, let's get to that lovely little word of the week that we do every week here.
Segue.
Yes, segue. I tried to do my best with segues. I
helped out.
I tend to fail. Hey, it's always good.
You're welcome.
It's like
I got
Abbott and
you.
Costello. You set each other up.
Mm-hmm.
So, without further ado, the word of the week is lagering.
Woo!
It was fitting. I don't know. So, storing bottom fermented beer in a cold cellar. This is lagering, by the way. Storing bottom fermenting beer in a cold cellar at near freezing temperatures between 45 and 55 degrees Fahrenheit for a period of time.
Freezing.
What?
Nothing. Keep going.
Well, it's not near freezing. I don't know.
It's closer.
This is the description on from the thing here. Yeah.
You're not wrong. Keep going. You're good. You're good.
Thank you. Period of times ranging from a few weeks to a few years, during which time yeast cells and proteins settle out and the beer improves in taste.
Mm-hmm.
So was that description completely wrong? I thought it was.
No, okay. It was not wrong. It is correct.
Sure. I was like, that's what I thought it was, and I had it down there. I was like, all right, that's cool.
Lagering is basically aging a beer in a cold environment. Right. I guess lagers, the term lagers as in like the style, say the beers we don't name of, or the beer you have. Lagers are beer it's fermented with a bottom fermenting yeast. Right. When a beer ferments with an ale yeast, it ferments on the top, making this thing called a krausen, which is a big foamy head, like where it bubbles and does all its thing, or it kicks around. While lager yeast sort of bubble from the bottom. They start from the bottom, now they're here. But then it goes at the end of either an ale or lager. You can lager a beer regardless of the style. In fact, too, because you can lager a ale, or lagering an ale, as in the verb. Yep. So it helps clean up a beer. So when I've described this a few times on my brewing streams, that when you make say you're making a amber ale, or better yet, an IPA. You don't when it ferments, the beer creates this very banana fruity flavor that's usually found in like Belgian ales, because that doesn't really go away. But when you take that beer after it's done fermenting and you lager it, when you put it into a colder temperature environment and let the yeast sort of feel the stress of the cold, what they do is quickly snatch up those, I think they call phenols. I could be wrong on that, but that's the compound that creates the banana flavor.
Okay.
Or they also eat diacetyl, which is the butter flavor. They'll quickly eat that stuff and get ready for hibernation because it's getting cold, like any other organism.
Okay.
They'll grab that, eat it real quick, and then go into a hibernation state where they drop out a solution. They all drop to the bottom, turn into a little yeast cake, and just hide out. That's when it sort of cleans up the beer by sort of grabbing those compounds and dropping out to the bottom, and then you can decant the beer off the top.
But is it done? But you're doing this like after the fermenting process is done. You're not going to get the same results out of
Correct.
Out of like an ale, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Absolutely. Because I think usually an ale produces that banana flavor more so than a lager yeast. The lager yeast usually produces a sulfur character. Sort of, yeah, it smells like that sort of eggy sort of sulfur smell. But the yeast will, when you lager it for a longer period of time, it will clean up that sulfur character as well as those sort of fruity notes.
Okay.
But most lagers don't completely take away that sulfur character, and that's always a contributing flavor to a lager itself. Say, what's the biggest culprit of having a very sulfury yeast, a sulfury flavor in a beer?
I don't think I've ever tasted sulfury flavor in a beer, though.
Well, you have. It's just at a lower level that it makes hop flavors very sharp. When sulfur flavors are very low, they meld well with the hop character, which is weird. It becomes a brighter beer usually. It's a brewing term when it's cleaner.
Right.
It cleans up sort of the hop character isn't so vegetal. It isn't so grassy. It becomes sort of that sort of, I don't know. I say sharp note because the only way I can always think of it is as a hop character is sort of like a little triangle. The sides are, say, I've been described this like 3 times that I worked at a brewery. Sort of your grass flavor and your sort of vegetal flavors. Almost tastes like you're eating like a steamed asparagus kind of thing.
Okay.
But after you lager that, the yeast sort of eats those 2 compounds that create those 2 flavors, and it becomes very sharp. So, and also the character is very, it's because it's very cutting, but it's saying sharp again. It's the only way I can describe it. I have no way to sort of distinguish. It's almost acidic kind of thing.
I think sulfur is like eggy. Like you ever go to a place that has way too much sulfur in the water? It smells like you open up the drain or something like that.
Yeah, bad sewer water.
It smells like rotten eggs. It's weird, right?
Yep.
And I've never had like that type of flavor in my beer because I probably wouldn't be drinking a lot of
sulfur
beers if I had. Yeah,
it smells like eggs.
Gross. Right.
It does come out in the smell. I think it's Rolling Rock or Miller.
Yeah, definitely gonna try either of those.
I know not Budweiser because Budweiser tastes like butter to me. It's full of diacetyl. But I think
I haven't had Budweiser in so long, and like seriously, if I
I have it at like a baseball
butter.
game. You're like, oh god.
Oh my god, what am I drinking? Although I like the flavor of butter, but not
in a beer.
Not like that,
Yeah, like
salted butter. Not
if you go to like next time you go to any sort of public game like baseball, hockey, soccer, and someone in your party gets a Budweiser or a Bud Light, try it and think of it. You're like, oh, this tastes just like butter.
No,
it's in your head. It's very thick. Even when it's a light beer, you're like, oh, what is that?
Oh my
but
God.
I guess they have the very that light sulfur character too. Now I'm thinking about it because my dad bought Bud the other day. We had no beer in the house. I was out of gas. Couldn't get any beer. So I drank one. Guys. I have a confession.
Oh, man.
I drank a Bud Light. I hated it.
Did you feel like your soul was being ripped out as you were doing it? I mean, this is like it's just tearing from your being. It's like floating above.
It hurt. It hurt me. Hurt me pretty bad.
Kind of painful.
Yep. But you do. Besides that buttery note, but you think of it as a hop character because most light American lagers are very low on IBUs. I think lower than Hefeweizens, which is insane. Wow. Because Hefeweizen's main character for like sharp characters, like to contrast the sweetness, is the yeast. The hop is just there to make it stable. So lagers have less IBUs, so less hop character. But when you drink it, it's not sweet. It's not smooth. There's a little sharpness to it.
Yeah.
That's usually because it's a sulfur character in the yeast.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All right.
So once again, if you ever find yourself trying a lager of those big American breweries,
No, it had to be.
I know.
A fucking like a.
that's triggered.
Seriously, it's almost as bad as shower beer. Fuck that.
Hey, now
Do that shit, man. No way in hell, man.
shower lager.
That's probably the only way a shower. Only beer that I would drink in a shower would be something I wouldn't give a shit about getting water in it. Oh, it already tastes like
water.
Aquafina anyway.
Yeah, it's
Jesus
fine.
Christ. I get more shit face off of Aquafina than I do off of Bud Light.
That's
or
right.
Budweiser. All right, so we have a new segment we're gonna do today. This is the first time we're doing it, and I think what we're gonna be doing is maybe doing this once a month. I gotta figure this out. I got a few things that I'm kind of working out, but today we are going to be doing a new segment specifically around, and I gotta set it up a little bit more. So again, please.
We're in beta.
Beta. Yes,
We're beta testing.
Definitely a good way of putting it. All right, I like this one the best. Okay, we're gonna go with that one. So we're gonna do beer technology and interesting gadgets at least once a month, so you guys can see what is out there. So without a further ado, I haven't come up with a name. If anybody in chat has a better name than beer technology, then please fucking tell me, because that would be great.
So far, beer tech sounds all right.
So without further ado,
no more drum rolls, please.
oh no, it was a cheesy newsreel entry, by the way.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop,
No, it
boop,
wasn't
boop.
even that. It wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. It was
Let me
like,
hear it. Wait, where is it?
It actually sounded like.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
It was pretty bad, right?
Okay, nice, good. I'm happy
So-
to use that one.
So today we're going to be talking about the catalyst fermenting system.
Oh, nice.
So I saw this, and this thing looks amazing.
It's kind of like the what's it called, the V fermenter.
The V fermenter.
I'll put it in chat eventually, at some point.
So, yes. By the way, this is a video from Northern Brewer. Please don't cut my head off because it's from Northern Brewer. But this is a very good video about it. So it's like a minute long. Kind of show you exactly what the functionality is, but it looks pretty awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think they have a voiceover, so we can actually talk over it. I mean,
Cool.
it is a plastic. I think it is a plastic fermenter.
Mm-hmm.
But at the bottom, it has like a way to seal off and collect the yeast using just a mason jar, which is amazing.
Oh, it's like a little butterfly valve right in the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. It shuts it off. Right, you can collect the yeast,
Mm-hmm.
and then when that's done, I don't even think you need to switch to a secondary at that point.
Nope, because that is essentially your secondary. You have racked it at that point.
That is.
You know what that
steady
is?
Cone polymer.
That is a clear plastic conical. That is a conical fermenter.
Yeah.
I have the big 20-gallon stainless steel one in my garage. That is essentially the same thing, but like at this absolute like minimal sort of needed thing. Just plastic version, clear.
Yeah. Of course it shows.
Beer
like,
gear. That's a good one, Sammy.
Beer
Nice.
gear? All right. We'll consider. We'll do a, and then it shows everybody happy at the end.
Oh man, they're so happy. Look at them
Yeah.
with their chips and their beer.
And the chip. Yeah. Exactly.
And Bev, go fuck yourself.
But it would. Oh, there's a hands-on review. But anyway, like there's another video that's there. Get away from that. So this one is actually from Craft Brew. It's about 4 minutes long. I don't think I'm gonna go too much into that. They talk about like, here's the common things you need for home brewing.
While we've enjoyed every minute of it, we've also
there's
always
fucking
wanted to
taco.
get our products in the hands of dedicated homebrewers and those who want to start brewing 5 gallons of beer at a time.
I mean,
In
it's a good
2014, we
idea.
got to work by looking
They
at
make it
all
look
the
very
different
yeah. It's a great idea. You don't have to sort of rack into a secondary.
So off the remaining set,
I guess the only downfall of that, it looks so sort of nice and clean. You want to show it off a little bit, but it's clear. And clear fermenters don't do so well in light because then you get a
Right, but I mean, we have like you rack it in a glass carboy right now. Right?
Sure.
Like
Yep.
I do, all our beers, and I put it in a literally a dark room. That's
Yep.
what it comes down to. And it's just a little area in my basement that doesn't get any light at all.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's a for me, this type of thing would be fantastic. I mean, my only big concern about it would be the ease of moving it, right?
Oh,
I mean,
you do not move something like that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would have to keep it out in it. Like, I couldn't move it into, like,
From your garage to your basement, say.
Well, actually, depending on the base, right? On the base where those legs are, I could actually put it in, because what we end up doing, right, is we have an area in our where I store the glass carboys.
Mm-hmm.
It has a plastic tub on the bottom, just in case I have a beer goes.
Yeah. Over fermentation, and it makes a big old mess.
It makes a big giant mess, so it catches all over there. What I could
Yeah.
do is I could take that if it's big enough, and put it on that plastic piece and slide it in, and slide it out. I don't know, maybe, but I mean it's not a cheap piece of hardware either. Hey, what's up, Helminator? It's not a cheap piece of hardware. It looks beautiful. I love the fact that it has that butterfly valve you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually wash it apparently in a dishwasher, like it's showing you.
Sweet. Is it glass then, or is it just hard plastic?
I think it's hard plastic.
Okay.
So, it's. I thought it was plastic.
Because you wash in the dishwasher, it's you go through there's like a sterilize function on most dishwashers.
Yeah.
So it can make it over like 215 degrees for 15 minutes. That's insane for plastic to hold to keep up to that.
No, I think it has to. I think it is plastic, but I mean, like,
okay.
I don't know.
Some kind of grade that can make it through that heat.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Oh, and then there's happy people drinking again. So.
Oh, so happy.
Yeah, happy people drinking again. But it looks like a very cool little system. To be honest with you, I would definitely consider buying it.
Yeah.
So we look at it. So it's a conical tank, 45-degree angle.
Mm-hmm.
Butterfly valve, which allows you to connect a fantastic mason jar to it.
Yep.
Silicone gasket, 6.5 capacity, strong durable design. It doesn't say anything about the actual container itself.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that kind of looks plastic to me.
It looks pretty plasticky. It doesn't look like it's glass. And if it was glass, I imagine the price would be insane. How much is it?
Oh, well, we'll get to that in a second, right? So I love the fact that you can actually capture the yeast. Right?
Yep.
Which is awesome.
Because you can reuse yeast.
Polycarbonate is dishwasher safe. Did you see something about polycarbonate there, Helminator? Because I didn't see it. I mean, it looks like I would love to try this out.
Yep. But if it is polycarbonate, I know it warps over time.
Oh.
So how many dishwasher uses can you do until it turns circle to a slight oval and the top won't pop on?
Yeah, but you know what? I don't put my plastic brew buckets in the dishwasher. You just fucking clean that out with
use it by hand. Your arm can fit in there. You're good.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever clean this out in putting in a dishwasher.
Neither would I.
That's a little extreme.
I
mean, the fact
it's helpful maybe once in a while.
Yeah.
And I would never do it more than 2 times ever.
No.
Because you start denaturing the plastic, which is a weird thing to say because you can't denature plastic, but it will, I imagine, warp over time. Just it gets brittle from the heat, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. It becomes sort of, I don't know, stressed.
Hold on, let's see. Food safe polymer, highest grade quality to use in a fermenter.
Okay.
BPA free, medical grade.
Medical
polymer.
grade, fancy.
I know, seriously. I think they just throw buzzwords in there, and that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, medical must be fine.
Medical grade. Everybody likes the medical stuff.
Yeah, nothing called MRSA there.
Throw it in there. They go to the doctor, they feel safe. Materials act as an excellent barrier against oxygen, making your tank. Although, like at the top here, right? Since it has, if you're not doing 6.5 gallons, that's a lot of surface area for air, right? I mean,
yeah, that's not a huge issue.
But you would get the same thing in the conical you have, right?
Yeah, Because
Okay.
you ferment beer, creates CO, or fermentation creates CO2. CO2 is heavier than oxygen, or than nitrogen. So it'll sit lower until it starts fermenting more and more, pushing any like oxygen for oxidizing a beer up and at the top.
Hmm.
So you have a layer of CO2 sort of protecting your beer from the fermentation itself.
Only supported the
All right.
I do like the fancy the funnel you can attach to it
Yeah.
and bottle with it.
That is kind of slick.
But the big problem with that is when you put that funnel attachment to it and you open that valve, you're gonna have that size bubble of oxygen going through your beer and disturbing any. Nice.
Thank you, Kissel.
Points to you.
There you go.
I wish I can give you coins because I would.
Oh, we'll give you coins. That's funny. You'll get a C2 blanket. Yeah. No, this is it says so. It's supposed to be scratch resistant, dishwasher safe, tough and durable, FDA approved, all
Sure
plastic. Yeah, whatever. But all right. So question today, and you guys speak up in chat. Let me know what do you think? What do you think this costs? What do you think? All right, we'll take a bet for this type of system. This is a plastic, like conical system that you can actually harvest the yeast from the thing, and like what Ratchet was saying, you actually can. It literally looks like a nipple, but hey, whatever. But you just attach a hose to it, and it goes, and you can bottle beer from the carboy here, which is actually kind of cool. Drew, what do you think this costs?
Oh man, Northern Brewer, knowing their prices.
Well, this isn't a
Helminator,
craft brew.
I'm going to agree with Helminator, but I'm going to be more specific and go. It's going to be between, say, 170 and 250. I know it's a range, but I think it's between those two.
Right. You ready for it? Because I already know the price. I already know the price. Does anybody else want to give a guess? I'll give you like 3 seconds.
5, 4,
yeah, sure.
3,
It doesn't really
2,
matter. I mean,
1.
It's $199 for
Holy
this
fuck!
Yeah, I mean it is an expensive piece of hardware, but I don't know. Do you think that's worth it for something like that?
Absolutely not.
Well, how much does your system actually cost? Like
my 20 gallon conical was $2,000.
Oh God.
Yeah. That was a birthday present. But this was 6-7 gallons of plastic or gallon plastic
6.5,
fermenter?
I think. Yeah.
Okay, let's see how much a 6.5 plastic fermenter from Northern Brewers.
Oh, that. By the way, that sound you just heard was my was me opening this without hopefully having it explode.
All right. The Big Mouth Bubbler, which is looks like a big old water cooler tank, is $40. The glass carboy is $50. Glass is the more ideal fermenter you want to use for fermenting because it's not oxygen permeable. Yeah. Plastic can actually leach oxygen through it, and you can oxidize a beer if you age in it too long. But I've also seen a 5-gallon fermenter for $24.
For glass.
$24 for the plastic and $40 for glass.
Because those regular buckets, plastic buckets, they don't cost that much.
Oh, well, even when you use a plastic bucket, forget about it. It's like $10.
Yeah.
If you want to order it, or $5 at a hardware store, or even less than that. I don't think it's worth it at all. I mean, the gimmick of sort of pouring stuff out the bottom, yeah, cool, that's great. That helps. That saves you on a second fermenter. So even 2 6-gallon carboys of any size is still well under half the price of that thing.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really cool. I think I'm.
I used to order a lot through Northern Brewer. That's how I sort of guessed prices until they sold out. Boo.
I know it's horrible, but You know,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it does happen. I gotta say, I don't know. $200. If I was, I think the ease of the system, right? The ease of the system for me,
Sure.
right? I think that this would probably be worth it compared to a because I am horrible. Sometimes in the past, even with my wine, I'm absolutely fucking horrible with leaving it on way too long.
Right.
And with a conical system like this, you
Mm-hmm.
know, without spending $2,000 on that, like something like you have, you
Right.
know, it would keep the beer off of the yeast cake.
Yeast
It
cake.
would
Yep.
just collect in that mason jar. Um,
Picking up all sorts of flavors if you didn't do that.
yeah, exactly. You know,
Yeah.
and it sounded like they were actually toting this as something you could use for wine too.
Sure.
Which for me, which is like, I mean, I don't think I would ever put wine in plastic personally.
No.
But,
Absolutely not.
but again, the idea that you can actually have that, you know, just siphoning down the bottom there, it's
Yep.
kind of it's more of a lazy type thing for me. I think
Mm-hmm.
I think. I guess what can you look up real fast? What is the price of like a 6.5 like stainless steel conical? I mean,
Oh
do
yeah.
they have that? I think they
Yep.
probably do.
I seen it on eBay.
I mean, it's in comparison. I think this is probably a more economical. I think you should work fine wine or cider. Just, I was just having. Beginning of the show, I was telling how I every single time I make cider, it fails, or explodes, or tries to kill me.
Definitely not worth it.
Definitely not worth it. How much is?
I post one in the chat.
Oh, I just brought it up. I brought it up here, so
Yep.
we're looking at it right now. It's the same goddamn price.
Same goddamn price, but stainless.
Oh. Okay, fuck that, dude.
Yeah, right. Confirmed.
Look, this is. I will tell you right now. If down the line, if these guys want me to try out their equipment,
Of course.
send it to me. I will fucking use it, right? And if it's fantastic, great. I'll tell you it's great. But for the same goddamn price for a stainless steel, no way. I'm going there every step of the way.
Absolutely.
You know, that is.
But BrewTech also has a lot of coupon codes you can get through Facebook. Once in a while, they pop up on my Instagram or Facebook saying, "Hey, check this out for 20% off." I'm like, "Fucking right." I see that guy every time.
Oh my god.
I'm like, "Oh man," because I would love to have a 5-gallon conical because it is easy, and I think that's where they're going for this this plastic guy is to do a cheaper version of a conical without someone having to buy a big stainless steel thing with all the fittings.
Yeah.
Because this guy, you can just like, okay, hook up a tube to it and you're done.
Yeah, but Helminer, I don't think I think stainless steel is probably the really way you want to go, right? I mean, like if we look at the system we were looking at before, right? Right. I mean, $199 for plastic conical. I'm not gonna pay $199 for this system when I can get the same thing in stainless steel. You know.
Yeah, I'll post another one real quick too because I think with that stainless steel one, you it is sealed by I think a tri-clamp fitting on the top over the gyre top, and I think more beer might have this. It might be the same size, but you can buy an extender to fit another 4 more gallons on the top.
Well, this is actually the same size as the one you showed, 7 gallons.
Yep.
For this.
But if you look at the top of that thing, it's not flat. It has that bulb fitting. I think you can buy an extender for that to make it even taller and fit more gallons in there.
Okay. I don't know. I think if I was gonna go with something like this, I probably would just get this 7-gallon bucket. It totally changes, and I'm glad we looked that up because you know I was really looking at this system and thinking to myself, this would be fucking cool to have, right?
Yeah.
But now that I know, if I'm gonna pay like $200 for something, it's not gonna be plastic.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be this fucking thing.
And the stainless steel one, you can buy a leg extender, so it's higher up, so it'll bend over and break your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
they're all more customizable because they're obviously a higher tier sort of brewing system.
It looks. I actually like the look of stainless steel. Most of our kitchen is pretty much stainless steel.
Yeah.
So, I was typing for you. Showed a stainless steel one. Yeah, Look, I mean that's no, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, glass is great, and we do all our wine in our glass carboys, right? And we have our
Glass is
5 gallon, we have
ideal.
our
Yep.
6 gallon. We start in a 5, we transfer to 6. Our wine comes out actually quite decent. But for beer, I would. Again, the way to harvest that yeast is very convenient, but I don't think it's worth $200.
Yep.
Especially
Why it's
since
so
that thing
convenient
is doing the same
to
goddamn thing.
so convenient to get that yeast off the bottom like that is that it's in such a way you can reuse that yeast in another beer,
Yeah, you could.
which I can probably go over at some point in like say one of my brewing streams or even during here. I'll get like a mason jar full of yeast, and what you can do is you do a thing called washing it, where you take a mason jar of yeast, shake it, and then let it settle, because all the sort of dead yeast and sort of contaminants in this yeast will drop to the bottom first.
Yeah.
And all the good yeast will be on the top. You can just decant off that good yeast on the top and reuse it in another beer. And it's already awake. It's already a starter, essentially.
And that's kind of cool. I've never done that before. I think that would be really cool to do. I know breweries do it.
It makes such a good beer. It's almost ideal to use the second running of a yeast cake.
Okay.
Because it's essentially made a starter of a yeast already. It's already awake, ready to go. You made beer with it. It's already sort of ready and sort of into youth. When you start going like 4 beers deep into the one yeast cake, then it starts getting tired and stressed out. But sort of right off the first one, the yeast is like perfect.
Or make bread with the yeast. Well,
Absolutely.
you can. I mean, yeah. I mean, the bread would come out very interesting. I mean,
It'll come out very dense.
Yeah, I mean, Anne makes some pretty dense breads. We have she actually just made some sourdough.
Nice.
But anyway, that's her thing. That's I know we're going off on tangents,
Squirrel.
But I know it is a squirrel moment. It's fine. There's a lot of those here.
It's fine. Monica's not here to call us out on it.
You know, if you guys don't know, there are commands down below, sound effects, and then when I go on tangent, it's definitely a squirrel moment. So
Yeah, fire away.
yeah, fire away, please do. I do think that you can take the spent grain and make bread out of it, and we haven't done that yet, and I think we really need to. I think that.
I made dog biscuits out of it.
Why would you make? Oh, dog biscuits are good, but you can make a good spent grain. I mean, you can eat that, right?
Oh yeah, I also made pretzels with them too, like German pretzels.
That sounds awesome.
And then you can make something called hop salt, where you just get salt and put in like leaf hops and shake it every day, because the salt will suck the lupulin and the sort of the hop aroma into it.
I need
They
to
put
do
that shit on top. Yeah.
I need to do that because I mean, with our hops, I don't like we harvest a shit ton of it, and then I'm like, I don't know what to fucking do with it. So I may make some hop salt. That's a good idea. I don't have the squeegee system you have that makes the takes out the actual mix of what's
The oil?
oils. Yeah.
I don't have that either, but I will one day.
Well, I thought you said you had that.
I was trying to get that for my birthday. It's not going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
But
That's all right.
I think when I start doing stuff like that, I'll be posting that in our Discord segue for our sort of in our little food panel.
Yeah.
Is to sort of do my little weird hop experiments.
Yeah,
which I just recently did with making a hop infused simple syrup, which I used in a sour mix to make hop infused margaritas.
Ooh.
It was fucking amazing.
All right then.
A little bit of bitterness, but you sort of get that piney, mangoey flavor in a that sweet margarita mix.
Yeah. That's kind of kick-ass. Again, we're off on a tangent. So, guys, I'm gonna reel us back in here.
Hi, we're back.
So, I don't know. I do think that this catalyst fermenting system is very interesting.
Wow, that's right. That's what we're talking about.
But when based on the fact that it costs the same amount as a stainless steel 7-gallon, which is about a half a gallon more than what that system makes, some of the convenience levels of this system is probably pretty cool, like being able to harvest that yeast in a fucking mason jar, you know. But I don't know. Personally, it's not my thing. I probably wouldn't buy it. Although it was very, very, very appealing until you showed me, Drew, that this costs the same a goddamn amount.
And you get 1 gallon more, which is 8 pints more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
8 pints is more.
I don't. I definitely won't want to buy this.
Mhm.
It's up to you guys. It really depends on what you want for brewing, right? If you want the ease of it, especially when you start home brewing, it you can get some really good equipment, and it's a very good segue again into what you're doing on Friday for your birthday stream.
Mhm.
Anybody who ever wants to learn how to brew, if you've never brewed before, by all means, please check out Ratchesphere. He'll be doing a stream on Friday.
Mhm.
And he will be doing extract beer with minimal amount of equipment, like if you were starting to brew for the first time. So
Yeah.
hopefully he doesn't have a bloody boil over in his kitchen.
It might. Oh, it's not gonna be in the kitchen. It's gonna be probably on the burner because
Right,
I have
yeah.
an electric burner and you can't boil 5 gallons on electric burner.
Yeah, that's not good.
But I posted one more piece of equipment,
All right, let's look at that.
which could be a whole different thing for your buying option. This is kind of like the same thing. I've seen this around a few times. I think it's called like this is a variation of it. But it's a conical fermenter you mount on the wall.
What?
It's 8 gallons.
Fucking mount this on a wall?
Yeah, that's the hard part about it. But or yes, this is stand for it too for the floor.
Okay.
But instead of the mason jar, it has a little tiny pod you take out.
Interesting.
Just another little different option.
$99. That's actually not that bad for.
That's what I'm saying.
type of-
Half the
type of
price.
thing. I wish I found this. I would have waited for this for another week. But this is it's a good segue. This is actually not too bad.
Yeah.
So I mean, for $99, I think this would be worth the purchase.
Yeah.
To get
And it's usually used for wine. It's usually what's normally meant for. But wine, beer, same thing. This is a sort of more. Yeah. But I know this plastic is better than like the plastics for your carboy for oxygen permeability.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I would actually consider. I'm actually gonna save this.
Gotcha.
We'll save this because I kind of want to like check this out because this may be
in your future.
Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. But $99, I could see myself buying this. But for $200, fuck that. I would get a stainless steel. I mean, this system looks really cool. A lot of ingenuity in it,
Sure.
right? But for $200, I think you're better off getting a stainless steel.
Absolutely.
Conical fermenter.
Fermenter.
It's just hands down, it's a hell of a lot more efficient.
I mean, like for working at a brewery with stainless steel fermenters, if you use, say, your PBW and your SaniClean, your sort of typical cleaners you use to clean and sterilize a fermenter, over time on stainless steel it'll create a film.
Oh, really?
Over like a long period of time. But you can do something called an acid wash, where you use an acidic cleaner that the same brewery cleaners provide, and it makes the stainless steel even better. It creates like a protective film, makes the steel it seals any pores, and you can sort of renew it. Opposed to plastic, where you use it over and over and over, you scrub at it, you will get micro scratches, which will hold bubbles or bacteria inside, which you can't quite clean.
No, yeah.
While stainless steel, you can scrub the hell out of it and sort of buff it out if you need to.
Yeah, it's a lot. And stainless steel, hands down, again for the same price. And again, the convenience of being able to get that out of there is awesome. But I don't think it's worth the cost. Again,
we got two other options. I think with a sort of, even the wall mounted one is cheaper. You can still get that sort of pour off the bottom thing.
Imagine fucking walking into someone's house and be like, "Excuse me, what
the fuck is that
on your wall?" I mean,
it's beer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm making beer real fast. It's a showpiece in my house there, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. It's pretty cool. Right?
Yeah. We had that thing mounted in the basement to keep away from the sun.
Some asshole would do is put like LED lights behind it, right? And then
check it out.
Yeah, check out my beer fermenter, man. Yeah, seriously. Jesus Christ. horrible. Although this is not too it's not too bad a price for this thing. I'll be honest with you.
That's what I'm thinking. The price is not that bad.
Yeah, all right. So as far as a callus fermenter, this is I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's worth the
I'd
money.
much rather go over the wall mounted one or there's a floor mounted version of that than the stainless steel before I'd go over the Northern Brewer one.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that in your living room. Everything there is washable. It's like that commercial.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen that one where that lady has a dog and she has like plastic sheets over like everything? Yeah.
Oh God.
That just would be horrible. Oh my God. So guys, we're going to be doing this segment at least once a month, I think, where we're going to be featuring interesting new beer gear. I think that there's a lot of stuff out there, and you can go find these things actually on Kickstarter. So if you guys have any recommendations, please let me know. There's Twitter, there's the Instagram, and also the Discord that we have. If you're not part of it, if you're brand new to the channel, come hang out. We are here to drink with you, because that's what I do. I like to drink, and it's always good to drink with company.
Absolutely, please.
Drinking by yourself. Drinking by yourself is just
depressing.
boring, because you talk to yourself, and the next thing you know, if you start answering back, then you got a problem.
Then it gets depressing, and you just got to drink more beer. Then it gets into a horrible downward spiral. We can't get there.
Yeah, it's true.
That's why I'm out here. If I wasn't here, Ted's doing this alone, and he can't have that happen.
No, thank God. Although there was one night very early on in Under the Suds, right? There was one night where it was just Scott and I, and then Scott had to leave, and I was like, "Fuck, what the hell am I gonna do?" Like, so I thankfully that night I actually had side by side tasting. So I had it was the Dogfish Head Palo Santo. I had one. I had one of their beers that I had been aging for like 12 years. Like the first, I had one left, by the way, of the original brewing of Palo Santo. Original first bottling that was shipped out. Right, the first year it was done. But I did a side by side, so I ended up doing the original one, the one that came out this year. And then, it was 2016 when we started the show, when we did this.
Sure.
And then I went down and I grabbed and I had put it in the fridge, and I wanted to break it out and take it side by side. Man, because I didn't know what was gonna happen. I went downstairs with the camera over the sink, and I was just like,
bam.
No carbonation whatsoever, not too much, right? But the beer tastes amazing.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing. And the one reason why I started aging that beer was because it said this beer is made for aging, and it absolutely hands down is fantastic beer. If you ever get a chance to get your hands on Palo Santo by Dogfish Head, stick that bad boy in a dark, really temperature controlled place for, I don't know, as long as you can contain it for
a year plus. Usually for aging beers, you want to go for a year.
Yeah, this was the drastic. I had that shit in there for 12 years. But I have a lot of beers down there that I've been saving. Yeah, so.
And when you're aging a beer, for future notes, you don't need to turn it like wine.
No.
You can just let it hang out like this.
Straight up.
Doesn't need to be cold. It can be in room temp. That works too. I mean, ideally, actually colder than room temp. Yeah. Usually at the hottest, it'll be like 65. To 60,
and you don't want it on its side either, because it's if you put your beer on its side, it's more oxygen, like more surface area for like the actual air to contaminate it. So you don't want
and all the sort of compounds you're aging out usually drops to the bottom. When you drink it, you want to keep it at the bottom. Age it out, it'll drop to this bottom. When you drink it, it's going to come out right here. You'll get all the compounds at once and it'll be horrible. You don't want that.
I still got a Fuller's 2002 vintage ale.
Nice. Ooh. I want to have a vertical epic now. From was it 2010 from 2001?
No, it was 2000. Yeah, it was 2002.
Yes,
I think
2012.
2012.
Because
Now,
you're supposed to drink them all on the last day of the Mayan
I
character calendar, whatever it is supposed to be.
Drew, I actually have
Oh no. Which
a
one?
bottle of 2006, 2007, 2008,
Jesus.
2009, 10, and 12 in my basement.
Nice.
So,
Almost 10 years to each. Well, you have 7? Or oh,
six is the earliest
oh
I
nice.
had it. But they actually, Stone actually re-released it. So they re-released the 8 and the 2.
I think the 8 was my favorite. I think that was the cinnamon and pepper.
I have a bottle of a new bottle of 8, the re-release,
Yep.
and the original one that I have down there.
Oh, cool.
So one day very soon,
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab that bad boy and I'm gonna crack that fucker open.
You should save one of those for the your 1 year anniversary for under the Suds.
Dude, that's in November. That's a little bit away. Not too far.
Dude, you still have what? You have all those vertical epics though.
I do. I used to be. I was a.
It gets hard to open up an aged beer too. You're like, I had this one for so long.
No, I was seriously looking at myself. I had like 4 or 5 cases of beer, of like 22-ounce bottles and other stuff like that downstairs, and my wife hand looked at me. She literally was like, "I think you're a beer hoarder." I'm like, "Maybe."
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. I'm a connoisseur.
Yes, that's.
Don't say anything.
Yeah.
Because they want to go down there and crack one open. I'm like, no.
Don't do that.
No,
It's not time.
It's not time. But when is the time?
I don't know. That's the problem. Someone needs to tell us.
I just need to go down. I've been slowly cracking them open.
Yeah.
And with the Vertical Epic thing series that was out there, from Stone, and now that they were re-releasing some of them, and originally the news said they were going to re-release all of them, and I was like,
They might.
yes, bring it on, motherfuckers, because I'm going to take that shit. We're going to do a lineup right there.
Yep.
Jam. But it does sound like they're only going to do the 2nd and the 8.
For people in chat who don't know what Vertical Epic is, Stone Brewery made a series of beer for 10 years, 2000 to 2002.
Yeah.
Oh, 2002 from 2012. Each beer was sort of a higher alcohol that sort of used to be aged. And I think the back of the bottle said they're all supposed to be, I think jokingly, supposed to be drinking at once on 21, 12 when the Mayan calendar ended or whatever it was.
Yeah, because it was supposed to end of time, right? So we were supposed to all die and whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Drink them all then.
Yeah, so basically it was literally the vertical, right? So you start with the 2002, you have all of them, you just drink them in succession all the way through. That's a lot of alcohol. You got to have a lot of friends over for that.
But they're all really good beers. Even when they're new, they're so good.
They were fantastic beers. I actually absolutely love all the ones I had. Which is why I'm kind of really excited for if they would re-release these things, because
I hope so.
Take the one I have, see side by side, see how they age. It's such an experience. But the cool part about the series is every year when they released a Vertical Epic beer, they actually released the recipe for it too.
Oh, cool!
An all grain
Awesome.
recipe. You probably could find them online too.
I
might be able to.
I think Stone Brewery did put out a brewing book for all their big popular beers. I think like 3 or 4 of their Vertical Epics are in there.
Is it really? Oh.
I think so.
Yeah, but I remember seeing the recipes, and I never at the time. Fucking 2002. I had not started brewing yet at that point. You know? So it's definitely. I really wish I had grabbed each recipe and saved it as a PDF file. Maybe I have it on this computer or no, it's probably on my old computer, which is dead.
Yeah.
Fuck. So, yeah, and maybe if you looked up Vertical Epic recipes, you might be able to find it.
You'll find it somewhere in the deep internet.
But you know, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I want to brew it and then do a tasting of it, or like have them brew it. And then,
right. Because the water's completely different. That's what really makes a difference in beer is because
Yeah.
it's 90+% of the beer. But since we're on the topic of aging beer, what is your favorite aged beer you had?
That I
That's like,
had.
oh shit, this beer I had once. It was from X, Y, and Z year. It was amazing.
I have so many downstairs in the basement. I haven't tried.
It's not on the list.
Because I haven't had many of the beers I've aged.
Oh,
They're
okay.
all down there.
Okay.
Like
They got a beer hoarding problem.
I need to get to them. I need to hey, you know what? This show is one of those. Could be one of those ways to say, hey,
It's recorded. You can rewatch it. Like, okay, that beer was
I can
great.
relive the moment every single time.
There you go.
But I won't be able to relive the aroma and the flavor.
This is true, but you got to talk about it then. That's why I have these recorded.
It's true.
They're saved in our VOD. Guys, should check that out too.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out.
always do video on demand of every episode. So if you haven't had a chance to,
Well, my favorite aged beer was it's either between Stone Brewery's Russian Imperial Stout. That shit's amazing. You age it, it gets way too smooth, and it's a real problem.
just
Either that or Black
Thank you,
Ops
Tissers. We appreciate
from Brooklyn Brewing Company. I think it's a whiskey barrel aged Imperial Stout as well.
oh really?
Oh,
All the recipes are on their website apparently. Drew, get on it. Get on it, mate. Seriously.
load faster.
I know, seriously. This one was like a...
There we go. Oh no.
Damn. All right. Thank you, Giselle. That is awesome.
Oh no.
All right. So
What
wait,
have you done to me?
How many are you at a beer wine brew question? Is it normal that bubbling is almost bubbling as almost stop the foam on the top as drop? I'm just a little paranoid. Am I reading that correctly?
Beer wine question is normal for the bubbling. It's almost stopped in the foam on top. Yeah, absolutely. I imagine he's talking about the foam is no longer there, but still bubbling.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fermenting. It's going to start sort of teetering down, which I imagine it has been. If you're talking about your maple mead, which I'm excited to try, by the way,
Yeah.
I have no idea what that would taste like. And he said it's going to taste roughly like bourbon, that kind of caramelly, deep, rich flavor, which I'm all down for.
So if you don't know Helminator, it was another member of Crypt Mode Squad.
Mhm.
He actually decided to brew a maple syrup mead.
We're using mead loosely because mead's usually honey, but he's
Yeah.
using
Maple syrup instead, which is sounds amazing.
and he posted, I think, pictures in our Discord under the brewing tab. If you guys want to check that
It
out.
does look pretty fucking cool.
It's dark as hell, and I want it.
I'm kind of excited for you.
If it turns out well, I am making one
Oh, nice.
because Vermont and
Vermont has
Canada.
maple syrup there.
That's right.
Yeah, definitely a good idea. I mean, I would love to try that. I had Sam Adams. What was the beer that Sam Adams did that was considered the highest alcohol beer in the world? It was a maple syrup one. It was their double bock or something like triple bock.
Yes, the double bock. This was their double bock before they did the
Because I had one left in
what's
my
it called?
basement.
Oh, that's from the 2004. No, 94.
99, 95 or something like that.
Isn't it an ice bock?
No. I'm looking this
No.
up. I'm bringing this up here.
Ice bock is the new beer from. That's what Nuclear Penguin is. Insync the Bismarck.
Sam Adams triple bock. Yes,
Triple bock.
This fucking thing. I have one more. We're going back to the trivia screen. Let's go back here real fast.
Back to aging beers.
Yeah, 17.5% at the time is considered the highest alcohol beer at the time when it was brewed.
In what year?
I actually have a 1994.
Oh man, remember that year when the highest alcohol made was what 14?
Yeah. So
and I was in first grade. If you guys remember that.
I don't.
I just moved to Vermont at that
Are
point.
you a? I don't know what that is.
Ryoko lover or a? I don't know what that is.
I have no idea what it is. And I'm kind of curious. I don't know if I should look this up.
I'm on it. Don't you do it.
All right, you look it up. I have no idea what the fuck that is. So, yeah, man. But this beer was a maple syrup beer, by the way. It had a ton of maple syrup in it, and it was fantastic. I'm pretty sure it's not a question related to beer. Yeah, probably.
Confirmed. It's definitely anime shit. Confirmed.
All right.
But if I had a pick, it would be Ryoko.
Wait, are these anime characters?
They are.
All right, I'm not gonna look them up because they're probably like half naked.
Well, 3/4.
3/4. I know I love anime. I'm not gonna lie, I do love anime. But I'm a big fan of Attack on Titan. I'm a big fan of Naruto. I'm a big fan of Bleach. Was the one I was watching recently? Again, we're getting off on a goddamn tangent, but fuck everything. That's what we do. What's the one?
Anime was a mistake.
No, I love anime though. This is I have a whole subscription to Crunchyroll. I feel like I should go look this shit up now.
I used to.
You used to? Oh, it's like twin something or other. I can't remember what it is. Thank you, Toaster.
Yeah, we needed that. Yes.
I appreciate that. There we go. Yeah, totally squirrel moment for me.
But we're back to your 94 Sam Adams Trillbach.
Yeah, that one. That was a good beer.
Yeah, I don't know. That's so. Every time I hear that beer, I still think of the one beer I want to try, which is fucking Sink the Bismarck, and I want it in the damn squirrel.
Yeah, because but it wasn't. No, it was End of Time.
Oh,
End of Time was the one that had the
taxidermy
squirrel around it. Yeah, that itself was quite amusing.
Oh god, Pete, I fucking hate that shit. It's so good.
Dude, that I would keep that. That would go up on the shelf right there.
Oh god.
So I would be the
hard time to clean that thing. Get that thing all wet. No, thank you.
No way. That shit just drip dry. It's all done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. I gotta say it's I would say probably that beer would probably be the one because I had 2 bottles of it and drank one of it, and it was definitely a sipping beer. You cannot. I feel like I needed like a sherry glass or something with that damn thing.
Yeah, some kind of fancy snifter.
But I have one more left in my basement, and one day I'm gonna crack that thing open, and that will be an epic day.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
Yeah.
Maybe for your anniversary, but I feel like that's something I need to get you to come down from Vermont.
Oh, I would have
to,
yeah.
And like Scott and
I gotta have a beer that was brewed when I was.
you were a twinkle in your mom's eye. No.
Yeah. We'll leave that alone.
Yeah, man. No, that was a good beer. I had to say. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed that one. Yeah. So to answer your question, just that would be it.
Okay.
Anime was a mistake. Anime is not a mistake.
Anime is a wormhole. You're like, oh, this is cool. Let's try it out. Oh, I'm gonna keep watching a little more. Oh shit, where am I?
I love anime. I'm not. I won't lie, Toaster. I fucking love anime.
I mean, I don't hate it. I'm on the more positive side of neutral. I'm like, okay, I get it. This is cool. I mean, Sword Art Online was bae. That shit's amazing.
Yeah. No, Sword Art Online was awesome. I do. It was absolutely a mistake. I disagree with you completely, brother. Most things I agree with you with, but this, no. Fantastic thing. Love it. Anyway, so let's see here. You know, I had another topic we want to talk about. But I don't know. We can we can definitely talk about it tonight.
Sure.
We can definitely talk.
I got time.
IPLs is a style that is not recognized by the Homebrewer Association, but it is a thing. And so, like, the only reason why I want to talk about it tonight because I am drinking an IPL. It's my last one. This is the double IPL Mass Rising, which I had tonight. there's a governor I would quote here on a topic if it weren't during the stream. Oh man. It's gonna take another sip of beer and just move.
Gonna swallow that down and keep it going.
And keep it going. So it's not a recognized style, but there are a shit ton of beers that are actually out there. Indian Pale Lager, IPL. Jack Abbey is one of the I think the originator of this style. But there are a ton of IPLs that are out there. A lot of them that are.
I think I've had like four, and none of them are great on my side.
So like another one. So if you're looking for IPLs, right? So Hopanonis Union is an IPL by Jack Abbey.
Okay.
It's about 6.7%. Express IPL, another Jack Abbey. Bell's Quadrant Fall Special Lager Beer. Says Bell's Brewery. But this is a hoppy lager. Basically, it's that's why we're gonna start the beer trade in the first place.
That's right.
Right. If you want to send us some really quality English ale, I will send you some quality American beers. So that
the
is
American IPA or American IPL.
IPL. So you want to try that stuff out. It is a brand new style, but I mean there are breweries like Hill Farmstead has one, Otter Creek, Bell's Brewery, Blackacre. Blackacre. That's the brewery you gave me the say.
Blackacre or Backacre?
Blackacre.
Okay, Backacre was the sour ale.
Okay.
Okay.
I was excited.
Those are close. That's close to name. Holy crap!
For like 5 seconds there.
Like what?
Super excited.
No, they don't. Backacre only makes that one beer.
Okay.
And it's good. That's a good sour beer.
No, that is a fantastic.
I will shout out that brewery every time.
Yeah. Maine Beer Company makes one. Stillwater Artisanal Ale. They have the Contemporary Works Mono. Let's see. St. Archer. Founders has the PC Pills, which is actually an American pale lager. Even Sam Adams got on the whole thing.
Of course.
It's a Sam Adams Double Agent IPL. It comes in at 5%. 6 point. I like 6 point. 6
point Brewing in Brooklyn.
Yeah, they're
they're solid.
Some fucking shit.
They make a really good 5-bean.
Yeah. So it is basically a very hoppy lager. It's it's
very crisp beer, but it's hoppy.
Yeah, it's still fermented, bond fermenting yeast. It's still probably fermented at a colder temperature.
Yep, and longer usually.
And longer, yeah. But they hop the shit out of it.
Yeah.
So
not like a light American lager, which are your usual top 3 breweries we don't talk about here, but it's gonna be a little maltier than those beers, a little more character, but also hop the hell.
Yeah.
Compared to those beers.
No, and this one's a double IPL, so this was an 8% that I had tonight for the beer review on. And it's one of those styles that is not recognized by the brewing industry yet. Although even Beer Advocate has given it its own category, so that it is you can actually find a ton of beers underneath it. And what I'll do is I'll do this. Here's a list that I'm looking at right now. So if you want to check out some of what they consider the top IPL style, top IPL beers in there. I mean, you even have fucking Maui Brewing Company getting in on it,
Yeah.
What's up, Dimitri? How the hell are you? What is up? It's not a bad style. Sierra Nevada has the hoppy lager.
I don't think the BJCP, which is a judging association for beer shows and beer competitions, categorize it as a style either.
But do they categorize the New England IPA as a style?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. So
I think it's still listed as a IPA.
So the National Brewers Association has categorized it as its own style.
Okay.
You said that the other week. New England IPAs, right? So
yep.
but the Homebrewers Association,
Mm-hmm.
you Americans and your Brazilian categories of beer. There are a shit ton of categories of beer.
There are more categories of beer than there are wine.
There are. It is absolutely insane, but they all have their own little lovely, nuances for it. It's a definitely a positive thing. Jack Abbey's is probably the headliners in that category of IPLs.
Yep.
All they do is brew lagers.
They have a blackberry lager somewhere, I think, in our
Really?
Yep, in our beer store.
Wow. I haven't had that one. I've had a
down.
few things from these guys, but it even says on the top of the bottom, join the lager revolution.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down. I'll be honest with you. It's not my.
Pretty sure the lager revolution happened in like the 1940s, but okay.
Well, no, this is a different lager revolution. And Dimitri, I'm so
it's
sorry.
It's a resurgence.
I'm so sorry for you. You're drinking Budweiser.
Oh, rip! That face is perfect.
That is your own fault, man.
Hey,
seriously, go grab something better, or just if that's your thing, that's cool. I'm just glad you're here hanging out with us. Because
put a lime in it.
Ooh, I think that would probably make it worse. Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's better than Bud Light lime by itself. We get that real fake lime flavor.
God, you know what? This is when I was in college. There was a we had a pub in our college. No, sorry, Dimitri, I am not going to judge you. If that's your thing, that's cool.
Yeah.
I will never drink it, but I'm just glad you're here hanging out and drinking beer.
Sure.
That's what this show is about.
Just picture all of us at one pub, so we're just talking beer. You just ordered a Budweiser. We're not going to judge you for it. We're just not going to talk about a beer review of that beer.
Yeah, I won't review it. And that's one of the reasons why I made the whole ambiance of the channel to look like a pub. Because you know what? In reality, I want to be able to go out to a pub and drink with my friends. And drink with everybody else. And maybe make new friends and talk to people randomly. Because that's what I kind of do. Because I used to travel a lot for work. And I was really bored by myself. So I would just talk to random people. You know what? Dude, you don't have to shut up. That's cool, man. That's fine. I'm not going to judge you.
These emotes are great.
I know. But yeah, so... Yeah, but that is the whole
judge.
Jesus. This is the whole flavor of the channel, right? I mean, seriously, I don't get out to a pub. I've said this multiple times. One reason I started the show in the first place is so I can drink with my friends. Hang out with you. Because I don't get out the bars as often as I used to. And the only reason why that is because I'm a dad. And I have a 2-year-old son. And I don't get out. But, so instead of going out to the pub, I brought the pub to me.
That's how it works.
Hey, you can't win them all. I'll just bring you all to me.
That's right.
It just works.
And remember our sort of rules. We don't judge reviewers. No. And you guys are essentially reviewers too. Yeah. You guys are drinking beer where you're sitting. You talk about it in chat. You're a reviewer.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't bash you for it.
I will not bash you for it.
I'll bash the beer. I won't bash you for it.
Yeah, not bashing you. Sorry, you're drinking water. It's fine.
Well hydrated. Hey, it's beer seltzer.
Well hydrated. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Oh, well, all right. So anyway, there's a bunch of different beers that IPL has here. I probably, if we had started out earlier in the night, we probably would have had a more complete conversation of it.
But we had 8% alcohol beer, so sorry.
I'm okay, and I'm drinking out of this. So.
Oh, that's right.
So
What's that?
I'm pretty cool. It's a Kolsch by Vault Brewing Company.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna fill one more pint like that.
Yeah. That was dangerous. So that being your second lager, which is an IPL.
It is, and I don't really like lagers, but this is actually pretty good. And
what's your quick review on it? A little quickie.
All right. We'll do a quick review on it. This is not an official review.
Nope. He can actually do a legit review later.
But see, they don't put this in a bottle, can.
But since you're pouring another one, might as well.
Yeah.
Just don't. When Anne walks to the door, you're like, I'm still having the beers. Don't worry about it.
Well, no, I don't want to drink all of it because she bought this, so she can have some too, and she would be pissed. Anne's my wife, by the way. she's the trouble and strife in my life. So, to be honest with you, this is a Kolsch style beer from Vault Brewing Company. Vault Brewing Company is a small they are a small local brewing company here in Pennsylvania. They actually are out of Yardley. The guy who owns the brewery it's two brothers who own the brewery. Fantastic guys. Love what they do. James is a great guy. They actually do a sweet potato beer in the fall.
Yes.
Which tastes amazing. But this is
so good.
My first time having their Kolsch. And I actually don't mind Kolsch's. Kolsch's are a lot more buttery. And they don't have a weird aftertaste of a lager.
Yeah, that butteriness can sort of come off as sort of a malt character, so it does actually work well.
But this, again, I had a double IPL tonight as the beer that we reviewed at the top of the show. So if you guys want to come when we start at 8 o'clock, that's kind of where we talk a little bit, then we review. So if you want to get here a little earlier, that's up to you. You always can watch it over if you want to see the Just the Beer reviews.
Absolutely.
Because we do video on demand of Just the Beer reviews, which is the shittiest name for the segment of beer reviewing. But if you have something more appropriate for it, please let me know. I will change the name. Lagers most of the time have an aftertaste that I just fucking hate. But I don't mind IPLs because they don't really have that aftertaste. Kolsch's,
or at least it's masked by a lot of hops.
Yes, it's masked by a lot of hops that I don't mind. Right,
and
it doesn't leave that like dry, weird feeling in my mouth that I just.
You got it. Yeah, it's an allergic reaction, no big deal.
Kolsch's are different, right?
Yep.
They are very beer reviews.
Beery reviews.
Beer reviews.
That's rough to say.
So Kolsch's are different. I mean, they don't leave that weird taste in my mouth, like Drew just said. I mean, they definitely have a more maltier character to it, a little
sweeter too,
buttery. Yeah, and this is the first time I'm actually having their Kolsch beer. And when Ann brought it home last night, I was like, of all the goddamn beers you had,
you got a lager.
You fucking picked the Kolsch.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really good. You definitely get that sweet maltiness up front on it.
Yep.
The scent is, again, just I don't.
So any like grassy?
No, definitely not grassy. It's more like earthy. I mean,
okay.
Well, I guess grassy would be considered earthy, sure.
Yeah, grass is sort of a grassy, grainy, biscuity kind of thing.
Biscuity would be a very good description.
Usually, honey is sort of involved in a Kolsch. The scent-wise, it's sort of that sweetness.
Okay, no, I can definitely see that. I mean, the flavor itself is. You have that malty character, but it's kind of like, I don't want to call it butter beer, but
yeah, it's not.
It's not.
It's not that viscous, thick butter.
No, it's got a little bit of a. It does have a little bit of thickness.
Oh, like a light toffee kind of thing. Which is the only thing I can try and get away from butter. But,
yeah. No, I mean.
Okay.
Really
it's sort of lighter than that.
Yeah, a little bit lighter. I mean, at least this Kolsch.
Sure.
No, I mean, this is a very fantastic Kolsch. I'm not doing a really good job describing it, but this is the end of the night. And
light beers are really hard to describe because it's kind of a one-note kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the one thing you pick out is butter, and you're like, okay.
This did come in at 4.7%, by the way.
Okay. So
Brewing Company. These guys are fantastic. If you ever are in the local area of Yardley, PA, they actually have brick oven pizza. They do.
Oh, hell yeah!
Pub. And they started out as a brew pub, and their beer is fantastic. All they did was pizzas and flatbreads at first. They've expanded different things on their menu, but it looks like an old time bank. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's right. Hence the name. That's awesome.
It is. It was a bank, but if you go to Vault Brewing Company, I'll show you the before and after. It doesn't look anything like when you walk in, you think, wow, that's an old time bank. But when you walk in, when you look at the picture when it first started out, damn thing was just pasty white. It's just like a pasty white building, but they took this thing, just made it into this beautiful establishment. They're expanding the facilities, and one cool thing for me, I love jazz. Big fan of jazz. They have live jazz there like 2-3 times a night.
Sweet.
A week. So it's a fantastic place to hang out. And their beer is fabulous. So if you ever do get around to being in Yardley, PA for any reason whatsoever, by all means stop in that place and tell them that Escape Time sent them. I guess it makes sense, more sense than having everybody jump vault over.
Oh, bum.
Definitely a trip there.
Nice. Here it is. I got it. I'm working on it.
It's the end of the night.
Here it is.
Thank you. Bad
You're
joke.
welcome.
It is.
I had it at the ready. No, I
A
didn't.
little while. Oh well, shit. Man. Anyway, I think it's probably a good time to bow. Thank you.
Sure. Oh, there's again.
Yeah, there
Let me
you
just go ahead and put another one. All right. So do you want to?
So it failed.
Fuck.
Hey!
See you in 30 seconds. All right. So we want to go over our beers one more time.
Yeah. Let's go over our beers one more time.
All right. I'll go first. My first one was from Two Roads Brewing Company. I did two Juicy, a New England IPA. I said it was, as a overall beer, a 4, as the style of a New England IPA, a 3, or about a 2, so I give it a 3. It was a little sort of muted, could have a little more sort of juicy character to it.
He's just spoiled because he has all the New England IPAs.
This is true. I got all the good ones.
Yeah,
Connecticut needs to get on their shit.
Seriously. I actually did, and we talked about this before, Mass Rising. It wasn't juicy enough.
That's right.
There's
It was
a
not
thing.
juicy enough.
It's a thing. Just like,
When you have a New England style IPA compared to a West Coast IPA, it's juicy is a character I can best describe the difference between a dry beer and a juicy beer.
yeah, and I fucking hate that they call it juicy. By the way,
I can't think of a different descriptor though.
It is the worst because it makes me think of like that clothing that women wear. It was the juicy line. It's like basically was sweatpants.
Yeah,
like velvet sweatpants.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, fine, great, looks great on you, but it shouldn't be called label that some way to label your beer, right? But
right.
It's super refreshing, very citrusy. That's what.
Yeah, the pants are too.
That's what.
They're super refreshing. You guys can't see what I'm wearing underneath this.
He's got juicy pants on right now.
You guys have no idea.
Well, it's better than Steve. He normally goes pantsless.
Yeah.
So. Anyway.
Moving on.
But New England IPAs are generally like very citrusy. They're very refreshing compared to West Coast IPAs, which are fucking hot, dry as hell, and really pisses me off nowadays.
They're good on their own, but you can't have a whole lot in one night because it kills your palate.
I can't even have one now. It just makes me mad.
Makes you grumpy.
I'm a grumpy old man. I am 40. So what I had tonight was Mass Rising by Jack Abbey's. They do craft lager. It is a double IPL. IPL is an Indian Pale Lager. I gave this bad boy a 4, caps out of 5, and it was about 8%. And it does say it's 100 IBUs on there, but I don't really taste the super bitterness of the 100 IBUs. You know, on this. This is very refreshing. Well, not refreshing, but it's just fucking good. So if you ever get a chance to have anything by Jack Abbey's, I would recommend it. Definitely pick them up. And tell them I sent you. Not that it would make any difference, but still.
Escape Time, sweet.
Escape Time said to buy your beer.
Let me check them out on Twitch. Why not?
Love to have some more. So,
yeah.
Geez. So hops are more in the flavor than the bitterness.
Both.
In a New England IPA, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Depending on hop variety. Right.
This is true.
Yeah. So, guys, real quick, a few announcements here. Friday, Ratchetsphere will be doing his birthday stream.
Yep, that's right.
So, real quick, tell them a little bit what you're doing.
I'm going to be brewing an amber ale that's brewed from a kit from morebeer.com. It is a extract kit. I'll be brewing it as if I was like a new brewer, using very minimal ingredients or equipment, as if I sort of just started brewing. So everyone can sort of have sort of the mindset of, if they want to start brewing beer, this is how I would do it, for like on the cheapest way possible. I'm also going to be planning on starting a giveaway for that same beer kit. So you guys can watch me brew that beer and then possibly win that same extract kit.
Yep.
And I'll be doing that by doing raffles on my channel as well as this channel for the next say month or so. I think I'm going to have tickets at about 500 bits. So it's basically a $5 raffle ticket, and you can possibly win I think it's a $30 extract kit where you get specialty grains, hops, and extract to make that beer. I will not give you the yeast provided because that will essentially make it a beer. Sort of this kit is ingredients, so I'm not giving away beer. I'm giving away these sort of ingredients.
Right.
And I will be mailing it to you guys, whoever you are, even if you're overseas.
Yep. So that's Friday. Make sure you check it out. What time do you think you're going to start brewing for your birthday stream?
Once again, I'm going to say 1 o'clock.
Afternoon-ish.
Afternoon-ish.
Whenever I wake up.
Yeah, luckily last time I was ready at 11, but it depends if my OBS isn't a pain in the ass.
Oh, OBS. Oh, man.
Yep.
Yeah. If you guys are streamers and you ever... OBS
is an easy way to get into streaming, but
so
it's hit or miss sometimes. But I'm going to shoot for 1. It might be closer to 12, might be closer to 2, but 1 is my ideal goal. I will be on at 1.
Gotcha.
Or at least be in chat.
Do you have any plans for the weekend? Because I just realized it is Memorial Day weekend for the U.S., so...
I am working on Saturday and Sunday, but I have Monday off.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am actually going to be... we probably be streaming on probably Saturday.
Okay.
We actually do a... not only do we do this show every week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. If you're brand new, please do click that follow button. We'd love to have you back. Grab a beer. Come hang out with us. But I also started up another show on our channel here that is called the Nomad's Table. And it is a farm table cooking show. And this Saturday we'll be doing some farming. So we'll be out there doing an IRL stream. Basically planting and talking about tomatoes and peppers, because we're going to be picking up all our peppers and tomatoes on Saturday. And if it's not raining, then I'll be out there streaming live. We've done a few of these in the past. Pretty cool. Gotten some pretty good feedback on it, and we're going to keep it up. And once we're done growing all the vegetables that we have, we're actually going to be processing it and doing a cooking show using our own crops that we grew. So,
nice.
Definitely come and join us on Saturday. There's no set time for it. I don't know when we're going to do it. I'm a big football fan. There's one last match of the season that I need to watch. Football, meaning soccer, English football.
You mean international football, American soccer?
The universal sport of the world. But the FA Cup is on Saturday, so I don't want to miss that. So I'll probably be streaming sometime after that, Saturday afternoon, which that starts at 12:30. So 2 hours after that, I'll probably out there digging holes and planning.
It probably end up being a 1-0. Who knows?
Oh, that
like most
football.
soccer games.
Toaster, I love you, man.
That there fake football.
Seriously, don't test me, boy.
Hashtag America.
Yeah, please. Anyway, no. So I'll be out there this weekend. So I'll be broadcasting. There's no set time. If you guys follow the Twitter itself, make football great again. That's horrible. don't even get me fucking started.
I like that speed bump of that conversation right there.
Kills it. Jesus Christ. Jesus.
Sport ball, absolutely.
Sports ball, resident sleep. Sports ball. You're from England. You're supposed to like football. Come on, man. So anyway, we'll be out there this weekend. So if you haven't followed the channel, please do follow. If you're not, if you haven't, at least consider following Twitter. We'll let you know when we're going live. Listen, there's two ways an American way and there's the wrong way.
That's right.
Oh,
Flip table. No, I agree with that.
There
I
you
agree
go,
with that.
Yes, and that shit's set. Ready, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Before we get too political, get out of here.
Nah, yeah, fuck it. I'm not gonna talk political. It's not my thing.
No.
So regardless of that, damn you, Toaster. I thank you guys for being here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Under the Suds. But like I said, Drew will be streaming on Friday. Go check him out. And I will be live sometime on Saturday with our Nomad's Table IRL stream. I don't really know if I have anything else to say about that. I think I'm pretty.
No trivia. Womp womp.
No trivia. Sorry. So
we're getting them all ready. We're building it up.
No,
a lot of hype.
You know what? Here's the thing. I've been looking at this. I've been looking at these. This is the last thing I'm going to say before we go, right, guys? I've been listening to these podcasts, right? These beer podcasts. These guys are fucking organized. We're really close on this shit.
We're getting there.
A lot of just one. I'm gonna promote them, right? Because if you listen to podcasts, go check out The Perfect Pour. They're a bunch of drunk assholes.
Yep.
But I love what they do.
Yep.
Right. I mean, one guy on there is so drunk. Most episodes, he's slurring all his words.
So good.
And you know what? One of their
Ted's almost there. He's getting there.
No, it takes a lot more than this jug of beer to get me where I need to go.
It takes PAX East at a shitty brewery.
Yeah, shitty brewery. I keep it moving, American. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there, Toaster.
Can't do it.
Not doing it. So anyway, I've actually been debating whether or not I want to make this into a podcast. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Join the Discord. Tell me what you think. If you can't make it there every week, you can at least maybe possibly listen to us on a podcast.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
If nothing else, it may actually bring in more more people who maybe have never seen the show before.
Yeah.
Which I think would be kind of cool.
Well, if we end up doing we do end up doing a podcast, we gotta sort of need to be more descriptive on what we see, because we do a lot of. This is the color.
Oh yeah.
Because he's drinking a beer.
Whatever, we'll get there. So anyway, there's a few segments I want to do, and I think I'm gonna break it out weekly. So Toaster trivia might end up being once a month. Sorry, love. Sorry. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Don't forget to check out Ratchet Fear on Friday. We'll see you guys on Saturday. If nothing else, we'll see you hopefully back here on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We love your faces. Have a fantastic night. I'm going to go watch myself some more Iron Fist. I've been cranking that out on Netflix. That's a fantastic show. Apparently they're going to be releasing The Defenders this summer, so I want to get that all done before we, I went through Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage.
Luke Cage was so good.
Luke Cage was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Good night, guys. Oh wait! Before we go, real fast, I forgot. We probably should host someone, right? So.
Ooh, yeah, that's something we can do.
Yeah, we'll do something like that. Let's see who's out there. What do we got going on here? Who can we give some love to? Oh man, what's going on here? Okay. You know what? He's a local guy. He lives literally down the road. My man Shoal. We met him at PAX East. Pretty awesome streamer. I really enjoy what he does. I'm not a big fan of the game he's playing. I'm not gonna lie. I don't play Warframe, but I do like Shoal. Shoal's a great guy. So let's go give him some love. Real fast. If you want to raid, here is the fucking raid command. Just be sure you don't go overboard in that shit, guys. The hooligans have invaded your channel. Escape time raid. So let's go give some Shoal some love. Thank you again, guys, for hanging out tonight. We'll see you again on Wednesday with Under the Suds. And don't forget Roger Fear's birthday stream on Friday. And I'll definitely be there, but if for some reason, oddly enough, some aliens attack me, and I can't be. Happy fucking birthday, man.
I might do it. Thank you. I might do a. Oh no. Yeah, I might do it. I might do a like a drunk brewing too. So I might do like shots every. Yeah, like what Myth used to do, but I'll be brewing beer while I'm doing it.
It sounds dangerous. You know,
This is
playing with fire. You know that.
Well, I'm literally playing with fire.
Seriously.
I said might, so you know it's on the internet as a might. Do $5 shots.
Oh, dude! All right, if you want to get registered drunk on his birthday, by all means, go hang out with him and get him shit faced while he's playing with fire and burning
That's right.
stuff. Fantastic.
Yeah, I have an extinguisher. I should be okay. But I'll be drunk with an extinguisher, so shit might just get covered in powder.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's gonna be awesome.
But it'll be on the VOD and be hilarious. It'll be great.
People love it.
Yep.
Bye, guys. Have a fantastic night. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you guys soon. See you later.
Bye.